Well, it's the last day of May. Technically winter tomorrow. And I'm sweating. Quite warm in the sun. Cold at night. Obviously we've had the rain, so we've got our lovely new lawn. This is looking super duper. But it's quite warm. It's like 20 degrees, but it's quite sweaty. It doesn't know what to do with itself, the weather. But yeah, as you can see, the lawn is looking fantastic. You've even got mushrooms, because that's from the really good compost we used underneath. It's obviously got lots of good organics in it. When it dries out a bit, Andrew will give it a mow. Yeah, really pleased. Just what we wanted, and definitely worked out well with the posts rather than brick. I just don't think it would have suited. So we had a few posts left over, so I've kind of built this little bed in front. So I've just planted just chucked out some everlasting seeds because I had to move all the soil in and that, and I've sort of given up for now. But yes, I've chucked everlasting seeds in, but I'll probably put a few kind of sun-loving things in, maybe move some of the dragon fruit over, cactus. Could probably put some tomatoes in maybe. Yeah, and then the little hedge in front can stay. And you can see the Geraldton wax is coming out. But this will enjoy the extra water that the lawn's been getting, etc. So that's the couch underneath. That was the old lawn grass. Obviously this all needs killing off, controlling a bit. And then we put in kaiku, which is a greener, thicker, crazy takeover grass, but it is contained there, so it shouldn't cause as many issues as what it has done elsewhere, because it is such a pain to pull out. Yeah, looks good. Haven't decided what we're doing with the posts sticking up yet. Probably keep them at a certain height, might do them all the same height, but not high on the list. Yeah, we've enjoyed a bit of rain. Everything's liking the rain, of course. Lemons aren't too bad. They're not too big this year, but that's good, because when they swell up they go a bit kind of segmented, and like you can see they start to split as well because of the rain. But I don't think they look too bad. It's just, yeah, good size. That oak, I don't know, it's dying. It's had it. This plum tree's had it. Just, it's never done anything. So mulberry looks nice. Little impromptu flower bed looks really nice. So I put this little buddleia in not long ago, and the marigolds, and the salvia I put in this year, and then there should be everlastings coming up. And then this looks familiar. It is a dandelion from the guys in Perth that I've got some seeds for, but as you can see, that's loving it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Chickens weren't that bothered about the leaves. That's my little pond to replace that little pond. This is good. This is a native, what they call native basil. So I've chucked some seeds because it produced loads of seeds. It's self-seeded elsewhere, so it might spread a bit more. It's the native mint. Oh, it smells so nice. And then these are the blood oranges, which look so much better than last year. Like, in fact, these are the biggest they've ever looked. They look like a proper orange. But yeah, it just looked dreadful last year, so I'm pleased. So they've got a bit longer to go. So hopefully, look at that, that is the biggest. That's like a proper orange. plucked all the olives off this, but as you can see there's a few olives. But I think I might, the birds are enjoying them, I might just leave them. I'm not desperate. And this oak tree always looks really good. Loads of acorns, chucked them on the floor again. It's grapefruit, it's not done anything for years, so chuck some compost under it, see if that does anything. Not like the lime is just this crazy, just I don't know how many on there, hundreds and hundreds of limes. And of course they all just ripen up and then drop off, but they are delicious. And then I've just been out in the paddocks picking seeds from the trees for, I've got kids going to school to show them seed processing, so I've just been picking loads of seed from the trees, which is good. Like once upon a time there was nothing there, so just dug this new bed in, dug all loads of carrots out, got to do something with that. Planted all this nice new celery, and then lots of things coming up. Leeks look alright. There's garlic in there. The parsley's just taken over again. Carrots are sort of fattening up, not the best ever. Peas are a bit slow, probably because of the cold. Any strawberries? No. Comfrey's good. Keep chopping that, making tea out of that. Some brassicas there. We had a bit of a munch on by the grasshoppers. Grasshoppers have been a problem this year. Real problem. That's an old one from last year. I should have pulled that out. And then I planted this black English mulberry because the other one, I don't know, it died. I don't think it was getting any water. I would blame the irrigation manager for that. But so I bought this at the Perth garden show the other day. So hopefully that'll be alright. That's the mega pomegranate, obviously all finished. More brassicas, the raspberries, don't really know what I'm doing with them, chopping them back, not sure. Malabar spinach, of course, 10 trillion seeds. And then this is that trio of stone fruit nectarine things, which is alright, it's establishing. It got a bit munched on by the grasshoppers, but now it's the winter, it should bounce back a bit. You can see ladybirds. So that's the good ladybird. Then you come over here, and this is what they call the 28 spot, which apparently is a leaf munching ladybird. So this is on the blackberry lily thing, weed, which must be related to potatoes. It must be a Celerium family or whatever it is. So I'm not, I'm watching it. I haven't seen it on the potatoes, so I'm just letting it exist. And then, so sweet corn, hoping it's gonna just get to the end. I don't know, it might be too cold now, but definitely cobs on there, but they did come up well. I just couldn't get them in quick enough because the weather was just rubbish. Potatoes look good. You can see there's broad beans in there. Lemon verbena. Oh, it's delicious. More brassicas. Tomatoes in there. And then got a few. See, these are the roses. Savaged a little bit by the weather. This is the Dianella, this is the native plant. Purple seeds, purple fruits and seeds. This is a crazy lavender. I don't know what it is, but it's just, I'm always hacking it back. It's just ridiculous. No idea. Normally a bit worried about cutting that lavender, but this one just seems to, it's just like a whole rampant thing. This is a lovely purple rose. It smells of Turkish delight. Yeah, quite a few things that come in. Actually, the nasturtiums just seem to come up wherever. There's a load of new stuff I put in the other day. So some more brassicas, some lettuces. I think they were collies. I think. What did I put in there? Rocket, beetroot, spinach. See how that goes. Sunflowers have had it. And I got really excited earlier on because I never go around the back of here. And I was around the back collecting seeds from the trees. And look, now I see them. I've got passion fruit. Wow, I've got passion fruit. I've never seen passion fruit on this vine before, and I've never really looked because I put it in mainly as a sort of fence windbreak thing for the veggies, and then obviously you can see the rootstock. It's just, I'm just, always pulling that off. Never looked for fruit. I don't think I've ever seen it flower. But look, there's fruit everywhere. Oh my god! So I'll be rivaling Wally up the road for his passion fruit now. Still haven't done that wicking bed. Compost that's left. So there was 14 tonne there, and there ain't 14 tonne now. So what I did here was fence this area off, so it's an area away from the chickens. So I didn't have to fence the individual beds because there were so many beds now. It was a bit of a pain, so that's worked. But yeah, these tomatoes, no idea, just self-seeded themselves, but I'm not complaining because there's tomatoes on them. Again, got a few nibbly things, keeping an eye on. It's a date palm, I really should remove that, or maybe I'll just let that go and that could be the date palm wicking bed. Still got loads of peppers, like we're just going into winter and the peppers are still pumping out. Basil, collie coming, peppers, basil, rocket, spinach, beetroot, coriander, random potato, I would say. What's that doing in there? No idea. Got some celery, not done celery in the wicking bed, but it should love it. And then, oh my god, I think these all flowered at once, and just, right, there's about 30 eggplants, aubergines as you might call them. Yeah, there's some corn in here, bit of an experiment, see what it does. Kale, self-sown tomatoes, that's a broccoli, silver beet, that rainbow chard as you might call it. Still waiting for my pineapple to do something spectacular. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Broccoli, yeah, loads of stuff. Lovely little sunspot, especially in the winter. It should all form. And here goes some leftover lawn. I was like, what should we do with it? Oh, let's do it. It's in here. So this is kaiku. This is this is the turf, and then this is kaiku, which we seeded, and it's obviously patchier. So I don't know. I'm hoping the turf won't go as patchy, but it's all right. I mean, it just went patchy. But at the time, probably couldn't afford to do turf, so that's why we did seed. There you go. Here's the chickies. My cat coming. Bougainvilleas. is a nice orangey yellow one. A bit hacking back. Bot brush is coming out. Like in the rain. Elderflower. Or one of the two elderflowers. Just really loving it now. Look at the berries. Must have Mediterranean roots, possibly. Going out, chickens? In a minute. That's the second elderflower, which took a little bit longer to get going, but now, like, happy as. The bees and they're hoverflies, they are. Loving it. And then this is a white mulberry, which I've hacked back. And there's a few beans and things. This is where the snake beans are. Some pumpkins growing. I need to do a bit of maintenance in here. Oh, I wonder if my loofah flower. So I planted some loofah seeds, and I didn't think any of them had come up, and I randomly noticed one had come up. And oh, I think it's done a fruit. Can't actually get to it because of course it's rambled all the way up there. Yeah, can you see it? That is a loofah flower with a fruit on. It's a loofah. But hopefully, because it is a tropical plant, but it's a bit of a sun trap here, so hopefully it will take off. And you can see it's winter and I've still got zucchinis, so you can tell how much of a sun trap it is. It's dill. I don't think I've got any snake beans now. Snake beans are definitely tropical, and they're sort of turning their nose up at. Yeah, I think they're all finished. I know there's one, but it probably won't grow very well now because it's cold at night. So yeah, that mulberry's got really big now, so hopefully it will add shade. So this is the other pomegranate, passion fruit. This is the one that gets absolutely covered in flowers but never had any fruit. But from just looking at the flowers on the one with fruit, they're definitely different flowers. So again, not really mad because I put this here for shade and a windbreak, for more mainly for the chickens. It's also worked out well for the veggie bed, isn't it? Yeah, you can come out in a minute. You can come out in a minute. And then that's the thing starting to flower here. There's the precious. Hello, the precious. Yeah, the precious. The precious. You are the precious. Yes, you are. Yeah. So this is the bird hakea. Really does put on a good show. Some seed pods there. So it's a few years old now, but they take a little time to get going. But once they get going, they look great. Look at it. It's a different hakea that will flower soon. We've got two honey murcot nectarines on this poorly planted tree. I don't know why he planted it there, but he did. Along with these, some sort of nectarine, don't know. But not in a great spot, but yes. Sunrise limes, is that right? This is the grafted pomegranate. It's alright, but it's not half as good as the self-seeded super variety. Should pick them really, but the chickens like them. Oh look, there's a bathtub. I've sort of cleared that area. I'm gonna do something with that bathtub. Haven't decided yet. And then this is the area out on the west side, looking really good now. These are the aromophilus, They like to sort of spread out, so they've obviously done really well. There's a random sweet potato there. There's hakeas, grevilleas. I just put loads of stuff in just to see what would happen, but the rocks definitely are the key to success. And then as we wash in, that's the curry fruit plant. It's Andrew's plant that he planted. Don't really know what to do with them. You can eat them apparently, don't you? Seed. Follow me. Are you following me? A few things coming up about this is the new worm farm. Worm and mice house. So that's what I'm aiming for. That's it's all just worm castings from kitchen scraps. So that's my holding area. And as you can see, I've got mices in here, so the cat will enjoy coming in. But as you can see, there's just a trillion worms. If I dig into that, it's just, they just love it. It's such a better setup than the one before. Then this is the sea urchin hakea. It's sort of gone over a little bit with the rain. Yeah, that's it, that's pretty, isn't it? So I randomly planted this when we first got here, understanding it grows in the sand, so I did something right. What? And this is out the side with the tank. A few things coming, new acacias coming. Like a jungle. And then, ta-da! Back to the lawn. Is it lunchtime? Is it lunchtime? Yeah, so it's just so nice. Big sort of flat space. Good for stargazing. Sit out on my lawn, on a flat lawn. And then hopefully we'll have lots of everlastings coming up. And other things. There's a little dog. And there's the other little dog. Just right. Life of Riley. Are you having a life of Riley? Are you having a life of Riley? Yeah. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.